There are different developmental stages where children need interaction with other children and adults for typical social and personality development. These stages are known as critical stages of development. First, I will tell you about how homeschooling lacks a good source for learning social skills. Second, I will tell you about the importance of social interaction between peers. And last, I will tell you about social issues that homeschool children sometimes face after homeschooling. I'm going to start my speech by addressing important stimuli that children who are homeschooled often miss out on. Part of a public and private school teacher's curriculum is to provide social interactions between children and with the children. For example, centers, recess, lunchtime, etc. Dr. Scott Taransky, a member of the Homeschooler Support Network, states, "Some families aren't equipped to provide good social skills for their children. Many parents themselves have not had the models of healthy interaction and haven't learned the skills they need to solve problems or to express themselves in healthy ways. Therefore, why risk putting your child through social problems that are avoidable?" In a more severe case of missing a critical stage of development is a girl named Jeannie. Jeannie was a young girl who was trapped in her bedroom by her parents in total isolation for 13 years. No communication or human contact whatsoever. In an article written by Kendra Cherry titled "The Story of a Wild Child," she states the following. Native Noam Chomsky suggested that the acquisition of language could not be fully explained by learning alone. Instead, he proposed that children are born with a language acquisition device, LAD, on an innate ability to understand the principles of language. Once exposed to language, the LAD allows children to learn the language at a remarkable pace. Like I said, this is an extreme example, but it is a good representation of the critical stage that cannot be dismissed. Children need interaction from other members to develop to their fullest. Now that I have told you about the importance of developing social skills, I will now tell you the importance of interaction between peers. Homeschooling can take away from interaction with your peers. Even though homeschooling students are not totally neglected from their peers, they have a higher chance of not having the resources to connect to social groups of their own. Having peer interaction allows a child to grow and to develop in their own thoughts and opinions. If the child is at home most of the day and relying solely on the direction and advice from their parents, how will the child be able to form their own opinions and resolve issues when they are an adult as a functioning member of society? Since I have pointed out some of the repercussions that homeschooling has on peer interaction, I will now discuss issues that homeschooling students face in general. Some parents opt to using homeschooling as a sheltering mechanism. Marcita Clement, who is a social policy report, states, "Most apparent reason parents decide to homeschool their child is because of drugs, safety, and negative peer pressure." In a 2012 government survey, parents who homeschool their child were asked why they chose that route of education. 25% of people admitted to homeschooling their child because of drugs, safety, and negative peer pressure in the school system. There is also a variety of other reasons why parents chose to homeschool their children. Some of those other reasons including finance, travel, distance, and desire for family time, which results at 21% as to why parents choose homeschooling. This is the second highest after the 25%. Sheltering your child from the negative circumstances that are present in the school system is not going to help them in future situations. Sheltering them has a possibility of making it harder for children to adapt to such situations later in life. The negative peer pressure and drugs seem to be in society and will never be escaped. In conclusion, I first told you about how homeschooling lacks social interaction. Second, I told you about the importance of peer interaction. Finally, I told you some issues that children who have been homeschooled face. I hope people are able to have a better understanding that public and private school systems will be more beneficial to the child with regard to social and personality development. Thank you. That video.